is your video for the rock hounding project. The rock hounding project is assigned to you starting Tuesday, the 15th, 14th, I guess it's the 15th. And we are, I'm going to go over it with you. I'm going to show you a little bit of how to do this. Now, one of the things that you'll want to do is you'll want to be sure that you are following the directions of what it tells you to do. It says no matter where you live, and if we're on page 28 in your book, and so look at page 28, and you'll see no matter where you live, you'll find rocks. Rocks are in yards, rocks are in flower beds and gardens, rocks are at the edges of roads, rocks are in parks and at the bottoms of streams. A person who enjoys finding and collecting rocks is called a rock hound. A rock hound usually labels his rocks and records information about where each was found. Now, if you do a lot of hiking or something like that, or if you go to special places, probably you'll find that some of the rocks you find are going to be very unusual type of rocks. Certainly much different than what you might find. So I would encourage you to do this. Number one, if you look there, the whole purpose of this project is to classify rocks. Now, this counts for a grade for you individually, and it's, the experiments are 10 to 15% of your total grade for the quarter. So you'll want to make sure that you're doing things the right way. Look at the procedure. It says part 1, use correction fluid to make a white dot about the size of a pencil eraser on each rock. Now, I recommend normally not using, what do you call it, correction liquid, okay? Because the liquid, and it looks like I have just about run out of my, maybe not here. There we go. All right. So the liquid stuff, actually, I don't usually recommend you getting because of the things that you would use it for in class really would not work well because it takes forever to dry and it gets very lumpy. But for the rock project, it's perfect. Now, another thing you might want to use, and so girls, you may have an opportunity to do this, or guys, if you can ask your moms, maybe she has some old nail polish and you can use it for the same thing. But let's say you do what it says is you're going to need 10 different rocks. All right, don't choose all the same ones from all the same place if possible. Some of you might be limited how far you can go, but you can find different types of rocks just by doing a little bit of exploring. All right, now this isn't due till next Wednesday, so you have plenty of time to do this. Maybe you'll go out somewhere. Maybe you're walking in a parking lot. And I'm not talking about a piece of gravel. All right, although you can choose one piece if you found that somewhere, but you want to have 10 pretty much different rocks. But let's say you found a rock. This is my first rock that I found. Obviously, this is from my box that I have back in the back. I'm going to use this as an example. I chose a smooth one because I don't have liquid correction paper. So I'm going to choose my correction tape, and I'm going to put it on, hopefully. May not work on this. First time I've tried this, so I'm not sure how it would work, but I'm going to go ahead and choose. Let's imagine that I put this on here, and actually what I'm going to do instead is this. I'll get a piece of tape, and I'll put a piece of tape onto my rock, and I can put my correction tape on top of that regular tape, and so hopefully that will help to smooth it out. All right, so you need to see now I've gotten my tape on there, and so let's say this is the first rock. And so it says there, recording your activity manual, place where each rock was found. Now, if you look at your activity manual, I'll go ahead and pull mine out here. Your activity manual is page 20 and 21. And so you have this part here, the rock hounding. You're going to name the rock, number the rock, location where found. So you say backyard, park, Mount St. Helens, wherever it might be. And then it says on your procedure part, it says use correction fluid, let fluid dry, number the rock by writing the dots with a fine tip marker. Now, if you can get a fine tip marker, that's great. That would be very helpful. And so I'm going to number this number 1 because this is the first one that I've gotten. All right, so you see there I have it marked number 1. All right, and so I have that. It says record in my activity manual where I got the rock. And so let's say I found this on my back desk, I'll put. And so I'll write in here on this chart where it says here, it says rock number, location where found. I found it on my back desk, okay? And then this one says appearance and color, and I'm going to say it's smooth and it is green and marble white, or it sort of looks marbly and white. And so I can describe it however to make it a good description of it. Notice my number is still in there, number 1. And then it says to the texture. All right, now the texture is going to be more about the what the outside is like, what the how it is, smooth, rough, whatever it might be. For appearance, might be round, or it might be flat, or it might be diamond shaped, whatever it might be. And the color, of course, this is a little bit green and a little bit white in it, and it looks almost clear. If you can see part of that, it looks like it's clear inside. And then it says other features, and other features are maybe it is sparkly, or it has sparkles in it, or it's completely mirror type of reflection, or it looks like it has metal in it, or something like that. And so those would be some other features you might have in there. So you can do that for all 10 rocks. Then, once you're done, if you go to page 29, it says procedure 2, part 2. It says sort the rocks into 2 groups. Now here are your 2 groups. So you can choose whatever characteristic you want to choose. Maybe you want to, and don't choose large and small. That's not a characteristic. That's just happen to be the rocks that you found. So maybe you would choose them by, different characteristics that you have here. You can choose it by color, or you can choose it by smoothness or texture, or maybe by metallic. One group is a metallic, the other group is non-metallic. One group is smooth, the other group is rough. And so however you want to do that, and so you're going to put the rock numbers for the ones that fit the characteristic that you're going to choose, there and there for the other characteristics. So you have 2 characteristics. Then you're going to choose one of the groups. So maybe it's group 1. Maybe you have 6 rocks in group 1 and 4 in group 2. One was smooth rocks. Okay, and you take smooth rocks, you're going to have a separate characteristic. All right, maybe it's dark color, light color. Maybe it's metallic finish, non-metallic finish with the smooth rocks. And so that whatever it is that you're going to make those rocks into their numbers, break those into those 2 groups from that one group you choose up here. All right, then it says, do you have any rocks that can fit into both groups? And so you find the group 1 or group 2. If there are rocks that fit into both, you would write those here. Okay? So maybe there's one that could fit into both groups, and so you wouldn't put it into group 1 or group 2. You would just list it down here. How did you choose where to place them? And so don't just say, I felt like it. Okay, that's not really a good way to put that. So you'd want to choose. Well, I looked at the smoothness of the outside of the rock, or I looked at how rough it is, or I looked at the color, and the ones that were the more colorful ones are the ones that I chose for that group, and the ones that didn't have much color I chose for the other group. However it is that you did it, you're going to write that in a complete sentence. And then on the last part, what are some other characteristics that could be used to sort the 10 rocks? And so you just come up with an idea of some other characteristics that you can use, and you write those in there. The more thorough you are, the better off you're going to be. Now, these will be turned in. You're not going to be doing the thinking it through. At least I don't think so. But I'm pretty sure you're not. If we are, we're going to do it together. But and then the other one you should have already done, your study guide. And so these pages will be put with the rocks. Now the rocks will go into a Ziploc bag. You use a Ziploc bag to put all your rocks in. Make sure they're all numbered, and then you use this paper to attach to it. That pages 21 and 22, or 20 and 21. And then you're going to put those papers stapled to the bag with your name on it, and then you're going to bring it to me and give it to me. That is your assignment for the rock hounding project. I hope it goes well. Often I have students say, I can't find any rocks. Mostly it's because they haven't told their parents, or they didn't tell them until the last minute that they had to do this project. You have plenty of time to go get rocks. This weekend, you can ask your parents, can we go to the park? Can we do this so I can get some rocks? I need some rocks from there. Go to a creek if you have a creek close by, or a pond or something like that. Different places that you can go. You only need 10 rocks. Shouldn't be that difficult. Most of the time you can find it. Maybe you can dig in your yard a little bit, and your parents will let you do that. Then dig in your yard and find some good looking rocks, and then you can use those to help you to find what you need as far as rocks that you can use for your project. All right, well, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye.